Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
How's online school going?
It's okay, I guess. Kind of boring.
You seem kind of down. Can we talk?
Yeah, just, Mom, the virus stuff is getting kind of scary.
Tell me what you're worried about. Maybe I can explain some things about COVID-19. That's what they call the virus.
Well, all I know is it's a virus and it spreads really fast.
You're right. It is a virus, and it does seem to spread pretty easily from person to person. And that's why we're taking so many precautions. We're washing our hands a lot. We're coughing and sneezing, into our elbows, those
Not
kinds of
touching
things.
our faces, not getting around people. But if we're doing that, why can't we go to Grandpa and Grandma's?
Well, that's a really good question. So remember when Nana and Papa went recently to a hotel and stayed for a few days? So while they were there, they got a little worried that maybe they were exposed to some people that maybe had the virus. And so they're staying away from us so that they don't expose us to the virus.
It's hard not going to their house, because that's where I go whenever I'm on break.
Yeah, I know. You really miss them, and they really miss you too. I think maybe we should call them more. Or you know what? Maybe you could even teach them how to FaceTime.
Or maybe I can make them a card. They used to love the little drawings I would make when I was younger.
They would really love that. So what other questions do you have?
Well, I know everyone's staying home and washing their hands, but it still seems like people are getting sick. Some people are going to the hospital and some are even dying. And kids at school were saying that we were all going to get sick and die. Mom, I'm worried that we're going to get sick and die.
First thing is, don't believe everything you hear or everything you read. People don't always get the facts right. And so we always try to listen to the medical experts. And so here's what we know from them so far. And that is that most people who get COVID-19 get better. And most of the time, kids that get it have a very, very mild case of it. And so it would be sort of like getting the flu and feeling really, really yucky for a few days and then getting better.
Can we try some coping skills? I used to use them whenever I get stressed about school.
Like you do when you're worried about a test? So in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good, that made me feel better. How about you?
Mm-hmm. But what about the old people? I heard that it's worse for them, and what about Grandma? Is she gonna get sick?
So you're right. Nana does have medical problems, and that's why she and Papa are doing everything they can to stay healthy. If they start showing symptoms, they'll call a doctor. There are lots of people out there that are gonna help us stay healthy and can help if they get sick.
Will they get it?
I don't know, but they're doing everything possible to stay healthy. We all are. That's why they close school for a couple of weeks, so that we can keep apart and keep some distance between us so that we're not spreading the germs.
Gosh, 2 more weeks out of school is going to be super boring.
Well, let's think about what we can do to make the days more interesting.
Well, I have a book I want to read, and maybe we can make brownies or cupcakes, hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'm all in for that. And I think you may have a little homework you need to do too.
Yeah.
And now I'm working from home too. And so I think it might be a good idea if we try to come up with a routine for each day, put some structure into the day. So maybe we could start off with some breakfast and then get your schoolwork done, and I can do some work. We can get those things out of the way, and then we could have some lunch, maybe some screen time, maybe even go outside for a walk and get some fresh air.
Can we go to the park?
Well, going to the park probably isn't the best place to go because so many people are there and they've touched all the equipment, and so their germs may be on it. But we could probably shoot some baskets. I know you love basketball.
Yeah, it's better than being inside, cooped up all day. But I still miss my friends.
Well, what we should do with your friends is FaceTime them as well, right? You guys do that all the time. And maybe you could even write them a letter, like a pen pal or something.
Yeah, like the olden days.
Yeah, like the olden days. So, how are you feeling now that we've talked about COVID-19?
Better, but it's still a little worried.
Well, that's understandable. It's perfectly normal to feel really worried. What are some things that we can do when you feel worried?
Well, I usually take a deep breath, or watching a show, or reading a book.
Yeah, those are all great ideas. And sometimes you like to draw or write in your journal. What do you think about that? Would those work for this situation?
Maybe, I think it'll help.
How about we make a deal? How about I check in with you regularly to make sure you're feeling okay, but you come to me if you start getting really worried or if you have some questions. Deal?
Deal. Mom, are we allowed to hug?
Yes, we can hug. We live in the same house.